All right, it's 6:03. We're going to call the meeting to order. We had a last-minute cancellation. Our town recorder's out of town, and Sandy was not feeling well, so I'm going to go ahead and do that for her because this was a super last minute. So I'm going to begin, and is that acceptable? Okay, thank you. Clear things. So I'm going to go ahead and call the roll. Alderwoman Payne.
Here.
Alderman Malone.
Here.
Alderwoman Keith.
Here.
Vice Mayor Adams. And Alderman Johnson.
Here.
All right, if everyone would stand for prayer, if you wouldn't mind. Alderwoman Keith. And then the Pledge of Allegiance.
In the name of Jesus. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you, Lord, in the only way that we know how, asking you to please forgive us for all of our sins. Lord, we thank you, God, for your grace. We thank you for your mercy, Father. Oh, Almighty God, you've been so good to us, Lord. We thank you for how you look beyond our many, many faults and you see our needs. We thank you for your love. Lord, we thank you, God, how you watched over us during the night and how you woke us up this morning and clothed us in our right minds and gave us the strength to get out of bed. Lord, we just want to say thank you. And Father God, as we go through this meeting, I ask, Lord, that you would lead us and guide us and direct us, Lord, in the path that you would have us to go. Lord, I ask that you will just bless every decision that we make, God. Lord, let it be pleasing unto you. And Lord, help us, God, to be a blessing to thy people. And Father, I'll be so careful to give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. In Jesus' holy name we pray. And everybody said amen.
Amen.
Lieutenant Smith.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the first session of public comments, if anyone would like to speak. All right, since there isn't anyone, we will move on to the first item on the agenda, discussion and action, finalize the contract for city manager. Do you all have your copies with you of the original document that was sent? That's a spare, yeah. All right.
Come on.
I'll put mine out.
Yeah.
I got number 5 now.
Yeah.
Print, go ahead and print.
All right, so let's go ahead and proceed. There were some highlighted areas that Mr. Auger left for us to fill out. And I have to apologize because there were some issues with the format, so I have mine in a different format, and my page numbers are all over the place. In fact, I think they're all page 4. So if we will look at the contents page, of all that's in here, the only thing that it was recommended by Mr. Fry was removing the indemnification, section 5.01. Would that be accurate, Mr. Fry?
That'd be accurate.
Thank you. So that will be removed. Moving on to Article 1, Section 1.01. The highlighted area would be the date, and of course we don't know that at this point. Was there anything under Section 1.02, duties and authority, that you all had questions or concerns about?
Well, in here it says 40 hours, but everybody's always known this job may actually require more than 40 hours, but it is a 40-hour salary. So 40 hours plus, or?
So because it's salary, it implies that you're asked to work 40 hours, but if you need to work 42, that's still part of the salary. There's not an overtime.
Okay. But I also read in there that if you do carry over a few hours here, then say if it's slow or something, somebody's keeping track of it. Who would be keeping track of it? That they could take off one day at 2:30, you know?
I think the bottom line there is if the work is getting done, then and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Fry, if I'm speaking out of turn, but if the job can be done in 32 hours that week, then 32 hours would be all that's required. But the issue with that is it's a job that does require being in the office. There's a lot that goes on that the city manager would need to be there for, even just daily decisions, signatures, but just even communications with the department heads.
Okay, well, I also considered that definitely in the office. But also, this job, I actually think it's going to require going out into the field a little bit more often. Like in Public Works, Bluff City side, sometimes their administrative side over there. So it's not all just tied to the office.
Exactly.
Okay.
There'll be meetings,
Okay.
and those things.
And we didn't put in here any place that work can actually be done from home, and then that would actually be considered that they were working.
If they're accomplishing duties of the contract, yes.
But I didn't see it in the contract. If it's not in the contract, I don't want it in the contract.
Well, I think that you would want the town manager here.
Yes. Not working from home. That's what I'm saying. I want to make sure that's not in there.
Right, it's expectation. That
Yes.
the town manager's here.
That it will be here or either in the field. Okay.
And then ethical commitments, anything? We move along. All right, Article 2, compensation and benefits. The base salary employer agrees to pay employees, and the number that the board agreed upon was a base salary of $72,800. So I've filled that in on mine. You can fill that in. Anything else in compensation that stands out to anyone?
In here we have, as applied to the executive classification of employees on salary adjustments. I thought we were going to handle this employee to receive their annual increases at the same time that all of our employees receive their annual increases. And I never dreamed that we might all of a sudden, except maybe for the 6 months review, and I do hope that's in there for a 6 months review, that we would maybe say, oh, she did a wonderful job, so let's give her $2,000 more.
I think it's up to 75, and that way it's 2,200.
Well, it just says compensation policies to include all salary adjustments on the same basis as applied to the executive classification of employees. To my knowledge, we don't have any executive classification of employees.
No, it's been across the board so far. When the board determined of the value of the pay increase, it was across the board. That's how it was. That's how it was decided.
Right. But I guess I'm just concerned with what it says here, as applied to the executive classification of employees. I'm saying we don't have any executive class.
No, so this wouldn't affect anybody.
Oh,
It would her.
all guns.
You'd have one when you have town manager.
Right.
Yeah.
But my idea, when I thought we were coming up with to hire, I know we had many discussions about this, that they would basically not be treated any differently than any other employee that we have on staff. Same vacation hours, same sick leave.
That's what we'll determine.
Yeah, I don't,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
Okay. And earning at the same rate?
That will be determined annually by the board. Shall we move on to health, disability, and life insurance?
Is that exactly the same way it reads for our other employees and applies to?
I do not know.
That's why I'm looking at Mr. Pride, isn't he?
Well, I don't know either. I don't know what all the benefits are that the employees get.
So the benefits are listed in the municipal code under the personnel portion, and that's what I have pulled the next bit of information that we're going to be going over, which is the health disability. So I'll tell you what is currently in there.
Okay, great.
So we'll move on. Health, disability, and life insurance. The employee agrees to provide and pay for premiums for health insurance, hospitalization. The employer, my apologies. So basically, as with every other employee, 100% of the health insurance is included, paid for the employee, not family. They can add for family. On B, the employer agrees to put in the required premium payments for short-term and long-term disability coverage. I do not believe that is offered. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And then for employer term life insurance, the amount is 2 times the salary, and it's after a wait of 2 months.
Why not a wait of, what is the wait time for our employees?
This covers everyone.
Okay, 2 months.
2 months.
Okay, good. What about the COBRA? I did have a question on the COBRA.
So COBRA is not offered to the other employees, not paid COBRA from the time they start.
Okay.
COBRA is not covered.
Do you think we should take that out then?
We can take that out.
Isn't it a state or federal law?
At some point,
If
COBRA,
you terminate it or leave or whatever, that you have the right to, for the COBRA up to a certain amount of months?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay for what you sell,
Yeah.
but the county don't pay for it.
have you,
Yeah, that's there.
but this looks as though we will be paying the COBRA. And I don't like the fact that we will be paying the COBRA for
Well, we don't
somebody
work-
else that we're not paying for our own employees. I mean, when they leave with no insurance. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If they decide to quit, they're gone. They have to worry about their insurance.
So this states that the employer's insurance requires a waiting period, which it does. The employee is eligible for coverage under employee's plan, and the employer agrees to reimburse the employee for COBRA costs. That is not currently happening for our employees.
Then
Happen for
Right, so it will be removed. Mhm.
that should be removed.
Okay. So moving along, the D says that they will be able to get the same benefits as the employees, which moves to vacation, sick, and military leave. So what is in the municipal code now under personnel is upon commencing employment, the employee shall be credited with 4 hours per month. And
What page are we on right now, Lori?
Section 2.03, vacation, sick, and military leave.
Thank you.
And that is after 1 month. And thank you. After 1 month of employment, they will accrue 4 hours per month of sick leave. After 6 months, all the other employees get 2 weeks per year. And that's after 6 months, 2 weeks per year. After 5 years, that increases to 3 weeks earned per year. And after 5 years. After 15 years, it is 4 weeks per month, not to exceed 160 hours in total. So that's how that breaks down. So for this contract, it would be 4 hours per month after 1 month,
Okay.
and then 2 weeks per year after 6 months.
All right. There's something here I want to ask about, and it says including any leave buyback programs. I thought we got rid of buyback programs,
Yes.
so that should be struck too.
Yes.
And automobile, that's a big no.
Okay, so currently, if an employee travels for like a conference and leaves the area, but I don't think at this point anyone is reimbursed for use of the vehicle outside the local government limits.
Well,
So-
what is that then? You mean they don't get so many
Per mile.
per mile?
Like a per diem
per diem per mile.
Per mile, not just leaving Bluff City and going to Johnson City. So this can be taken out, but it needs to be understood that reimbursement is employees are reimbursed for travel when they travel for overnight classes,
Right,
including
when
per
they
diem.
travel outside. So we're saying what, within our Tri-Cities
Service
area,
area.
our Tri-City area, no per diem.
So they don't get any mileage.
Okay.
No. Okay. So, and then retirement. Retirement, the employer shall immediately or at the first permissible opportunity enroll the employee into the applicable state or local government retirement system. That is after 2 months.
Okay. And that's for all employees.
Yes.
Great.
All right, so Section 2.06, general business expenses. If you have any concerns or questions about this, we'll go over them. And as you remember from the budget, we do pay for the dues, subscriptions, anything like that.
But it's not going to be for like a golf membership.
No, anything related to the business of the town.
Okay. Yeah, well, I've just seen it in others and want to make sure it's not there. Do we have a ceiling cost of when they do travel and they are in a hotel, a dollar amount of
Yes.
how much? Okay.
Yes, so there are guidelines for the state of Tennessee,
Okay.
which dictate, and we were behind for a very long time, the amount of money. Now, we're in the average zone, but when you travel to, and I want to say...
Like Nashville.
No, not that. Well, Brentwood or Franklin, but I have that chart. And so
Okay.
everyone here has that chart. They know what the per diem is. And if they do end up going to a class in that specific location, the per diem is upped. But our per diem was behind for a very long time. We had
But it's
employees
been
paying
fixed.
out of pocket.
Now, we also provide them per diem 3 meals a day.
Yes, so they're provided 3 meals a day, but on the day of travel, if they leave after lunch,
After
then it is,
lunchtime, too.
it's cut down, and there's an amount that it's cut down.
Okay.
But if they are, say, driving to Gatlinburg, and their first class starts somewhere around noon, we do 3 meals.
Okay.
It's and I think there's so little travel that we err on the side of making sure the employee is
Covered.
covered. Yeah.
I just don't want them to go out and rent a $500 room,
Well, it depends on where you go.
Well, of course, but the rate is dependent on where you do go. Well, we're not going to send them to any resorts, though.
All right. So, any other concerns about the general business expenses? and of course, a laptop. All the computer needs will be met when the employee just
Good. A laptop and cell phone.
there is a laptop and there is a cell phone provided, and there's also the actual computer that would be in the office.
Set in the office, okay.
So moving on to Section 2.07, moving and relocation expenses. There has, Alderwoman Payne has suggested that not be provided. What are your thoughts on that? She is coming, well, if this is the contract that will be for Crystal
Up
Morris.
to a certain point, I think we need to put a dollar amount in here for this, and we certainly should not be paying to store up to 1 year.
Well, this is what needs to be hashed out.
Okay.
You all need to.
I'm just throwing out my thoughts. That please, board members, let me know how you all feel about it.
Now, I do know that in this specific case, she said she wants to relocate to Tennessee anyway. She has family here.
Right.
And so if she's already going to, but it's up to you all.
Well, we do deserve to relocate her. She does deserve to be relocated. I just
Discussion, let's have discussion on this.
I haven't even checked lately to see how much it costs from. Has anybody checked to see what it costs to move from New Hampshire to Tennessee
I have no idea.
with a moving company?
It depends if you're one person or if you're three people or
And yeah, I mean, it
have
would.
a house full of
Well,
furniture.
yeah,
There's no way to
and it
determine
would
that.
depend on what is the square footage of the location that they are going to be leaving and coming to. So,
I'm not saying we should pay this, but the national standard is 10 to 20% of your annual salary.
what would that be then?
10%.
$720.
How much?
720.
$7,200. I was thinking 5,000. So,
We don't have it. We don't have that amount in the budget.
I talked to her the night she agreed to stay, and I told her I would try to find some housing if she was interested in things. So I have found some stuff. But anyways, she said that if she was to come, that she had a condo that she was going to rent. So she already got that. And then she told me the night she was down here that she would be moving many items. Of course, I don't know if for furniture and stuff like that, just had a few pieces of stuff, and she was getting rid of her stuff. And I know she's her father's estate and everything. They're closing it out, so she may be. This is my understanding. She's not going to bring very much stuff. So I think, either she rents like a U-Haul or
one of those pull
'cause I'm sure
behinds.
if she don't bring any furniture, she got enough lady stuff. She needs to.
Really?
Mr. Fry, Mr. Fry, could I ask you a question? This contract, is this going to be the contract moving forward for all city managers, or should we be tailoring this to one specific person?
It would be a different contract for each city manager, however you all wanted to lay it out.
Okay.
Could we not, just on the straight up premise, say this would be what it would be for all the city managers?
Mr. Fry just pointed out that it could be different each time, so
Okay.
let's just
I mean,
work with this one.
We're not going to grow by leaps and bounds all of a sudden. So.
It'd be hard for her to find something inside Bluff City.
Well, I mean,
But she won't be
Cities
tied.
Kingsport. I mean, people let her know about
Bristol.
those cities.
Johnson said Bluntville.
Yeah.
But Mr. Malone, or Alderman Malone, did you say she has found a condo?
Yes, what she said.
I believe she stated that she's found something.
Yeah, she's been
Well-
with our rental agents.
Where's the
Because
location?
I told her, good, I quit aggravating everybody. For me, it's been looking for stuff for me.
Do you know
In-
what location it was
No,
at?
I didn't ask. She didn't say.
I believe it's in the city of Bluff, in Bluff City.
Probably down there in Piney.
having stated that, do you all want to come up with a number? Or no?
Well, pulling, if she's just going to be pulling behind a little U-Haul, I feel like we should put a price.
To help her with her expenses?
Yes.
What you're saying?
Maybe
Yeah.
not to exceed.
No, well, how about not to exceed $2,300? Or does anybody?
Would it be better just to do something per mile?
Well, the truck cost, and it's more than just per mile. And then we would have to be paying her mileage and on a per diem, correct?
Okay, let's go ahead and put a pin in this, and what we can do is we can research and find out what the amounts are, and then this can be,
Or you can just ask her what her plans are and how she plans on getting here.
Yeah, we could do
You know
that.
what I
Well,
mean? And she may not want
she
anything.
she expressed to me that she wasn't expecting anything, but if there was something, it would not be turned away.
Well, could we set it maybe like $1,000
Or 1,200?
or something like that?
Or then that could,
and bring receipts, of course.
yeah, receipts, but that could be her meals while she's coming down, her per diems. It would include the U-Haul that she picks up.
Or we have to pay somebody to come with her.
I don't know. Well, no.
Let's come back to this one.
Okay.
Okay. So let's move on to Article 3, General Work and Conditions. Employer shall annually review the performance of the employee in blank month. Preference on month?
Let me read that again. 6 months. I was thinking we would review her in 6 months.
So you want to do the first review in 6 months.
Does,
Everyone agree?
does anybody else agree?
I agree with that.
6
So-
months.
Okay. So will it be every April? Or after that, do you want it to be prior to the end of the fiscal year?
Well, then we could just flip it then to when everybody else, what I think everybody else gets their annual review, in August? Is that correct? Then her annual review then would also be in August.
Okay. Present a written summary of the evaluation results to the employee, of course. The final written evaluation should be completed and delivered to the employee within 30 days. In the event the employer deems the evaluation instrument format and procedure to be modified by the employer and such modifications to require new or different performance expectations, the employee shall be would provide a reasonable period of time to demonstrate any issues that need to be corrected. And of course, as you touched on earlier, Alderwoman Payne, hours of work. It is recognized that the employee must devote a great deal of time outside the normal office hours or business for the employer, and to that end, employer intends that reasonable time off be permitted to employee, such as is customary for exempt employees, so long as the time off does not interfere with the normal conduct of city manager.
And that person would be required then, if they did 3 hours over, they have to keep track of it themselves. What, and then turn it into Sharon, or we just
It's an honor system.
We're going on the honor system.
Well, you'll know if things are, if the work is not being completed, it will
Right.
show.
Right.
And then outside activities, the employment provided for this agreement shall be the employer's primary employment. They may elect to accept limited teaching opportunities. That's standard if she wants to do a little side work. They can't take over the duties. All right, so Article 4, Employment Separation. Section 4, Resignation. Employee may terminate this agreement by providing a minimum of 30 days' notice I believe currently now we adhere to the two-week policy. You'd like that to be 30 days.
Why would we, as hard as we know how hard it is to actually find somebody, why would we not want to put in there 60 days?
Most everybody's going to leave. It's going to leave.
Yeah.
I know,
Regardless.
okay, I can live with 30 days, but then what comes down afterwards, I have a real huge problem on. That she
From
can
the-
give that
from
she
the
can
notification?
give that she can give 30 days to us, but we have to give her six months, and
well-
that we have to pay her for 6 months.
We'll cover severance when we get there. I know.
Gotcha.
I'm picking it up, what you're throwing down there.
Catch up, Lord, catch up.
I lighted it. So, all right. So, are you all good with 30 days? I mean, I think 2 weeks is too little because it is an effort.
So it would kill us. 2
Yeah.
weeks would kill us.
All right. So, termination. Did you all have any comments on termination, not severance?
Absolutely not 6 months' pay. Absolutely not.
The majority of the governing body votes to terminate the employee in accordance with Bluff City Charter and Code of Ordinances. It's spelled out in the charter. This follows it. A breach of contract declared by either party is not cured within 30 days of written notice describing the conduct that constitutes the breach. Written notice of a breach of contract shall be provided. So, if there's a breach, 30 days. Written notice. Moving on to severance. Severance shall be paid to the employee when the employment is terminated as defined in Section 4.02. A severance of 6 months in recognition of the unique circumstances in the employer's organization. What do you want 6 months to be changed to?
Lord, I'd like for it to be changed to 1 month, but I have to be realistic and probably suggest 3. And I don't even like 3.
Any other suggestions?
Eric, what do you think? It would,
I don't like 3 either.
1.
why?
Yeah,
Start with
if
1?
She gives us 1, we'll give her 1.
So you're 30 days with me then? Yes, I like that.
I'm glad.
You're welcome.
If the employee is terminated, the employer shall provide a minimum severance payment equal to
30 days.
Then I guess the next would be they'll be compensated, of course, when they leave. That's standard. Any holiday leave, vacation leave, they will be paid for that. That's standard. For a minimum period of 6 months. Oh, yes. For a minimum period of 6 months following the termination, the employer shall pay the cost to continue the following benefits. We are going to change 6 months to 1 month. But are you in agreement for that?
I am.
Now, let's make sure we're in agreement. Health insurance for the employee and all dependents as provided. If the employee pays extra for dependents, that would apply. After which time employee will be provided access to health insurance pursuant to the Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act, which is COBRA. That can be specified that they will have access to COBRA, but they will be
Responsible to pay for it.
And that's very expensive.
I know it is. I just don't like a lopsided contract. And this one was.
And that would also be life insurance, short.
What kind of life insurance? How is our life insurance determined down here? is it determined on what you make? Or can you just pick, say, okay, if it's $150,000 and I know I have to pay this for it, then I can go and get the highest I want. But it's coming out of my pocket.
It's my understanding that the life insurance is standard, but there are multiple options to add on to that.
Okay, but if they add on to it, they pay for it.
They do.
Okay.
But we offer a certain amount, and it doesn't cost them anything. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Do they have to pay anything for life insurance, our employees?
First 25.
First
And then
25,
it costs
and then anything over 25,000. Then anything over 25,000, they must pay for. Okay.
Yes, and there are several policies, several insurance groups out there that work with us. If the employee is terminated because of a felony conviction, then the employer is not obligated to pay severance under this section. Termination and severance of employee must be in accordance with the separation agreement agreed to by employer and employee. Section 5, General Covenants, Bonding. Employer shall bear the full cost of any bonds that employee is required to obtain by any law or ordinance.
That's standard, isn't it?
Mr. Fry, that's standard, correct?
Yes, I don't
Bonding.
know if she would have to be bonded under the statute or not, but if she has to be bonded, she has to be bonded.
Other terms and conditions, did you have any questions about anything in that section?
No.
Everyone good? Move on. Section 5.04, General Provisions. Integration, successors in interest, effective date, severability, precedence. It's just basic. The date that we would provide would be whatever date the effective date is. Any questions or concerns about that section? All right, moving on. Section 5.05, notices. It's just missing her address, which will be filled in.
Well, what page are we on now?
That was the last one.
That's the last one. I got you.
5.05.
I got you.
And the section 5.01, indemnity, the indemnification, it's removed completely. So if you do have a section 5.01, indemnification, cross it out.
I don't.
All right. We're going to go back to moving and relocation expenses. Do you want to put a cap on an amount?
Why don't we just put a cap on it and say $1,200 for the move? That includes the U-Haul, the gas, the per diem, if she has to stay in a hotel during her travel down. Thoughts from anybody else? I mean, I've not moved for like forever, so I'm so unfamiliar with what it costs.
Well, I know it's very expensive just for my
Yeah.
sister to rent a U-Haul and move from here to Bristol.
Yeah, well, tell
It
us.
costs us a cute little
Well,
money.
tell us. Can
Well,
you
and the
can you
gas.
remember?
I think it's about $400 some.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
us doing it. That is us.
Right.
Yeah. Very expensive.
Well, I mean,
Any
she.
insights, Jerry?
If we give,
Any insights on this?
that's high though.
Said the national average is 10 to 20%.
That would be
That's
awfully
expensive,
high.
and we can't afford it.
Miss Payne, that wasn't including us driving our truck.
Yeah, you all were driving. Well, she'll have to
Yeah.
drive her truck. Or she's going to have to sell a car or buy a car here. Or I hope she can pull a car. I hope she can pull a U-Haul. I mean, I threw the number out of 1,200. But what's the day? How many days travel is it? Does anybody know?
It depends on how quickly she wants to get here. It could be one day. It could be 2 days.
One day from New Hampshire?
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure.
Seriously?
Straight through driving.
I've been to Fort Hood in one day.
Oh, man.
I drove across country in 3.
Let's see.
3.
Well, how about if I throw this out, 1,000 to 1,200? Anybody want to jump on that?
What do you think?
That covers everything: hotel, gas. If somebody packs her, I got a feeling she's going to pack herself.
I think she's probably going
And then load it in, and her friends are going to help her load it in the U-Haul. And
Did she officially accept this?
we haven't officially offered it.
Okay. We don't even know if she even take it.
and food, and then that would cover food on her travel down here. I mean, we've worked for companies that they allowed us groceries and everything. So,
We don't have a lot of money to do this.
do you want to say how about $500?
500?
But
800?
I'd love to help out someone.
1,000. Let's do 1,000.
Let's split the difference.
500.
500? No, that won't. No.
I mean, we really don't
Let's
have
split
to
that
do
difference.
anything, but the little we do, I mean,
Well,
I think
I mean,
be thankful for it.
We'll
Carol,
offer this, and
Ca-
she can counter offer.
Exactly.
well, Carol just said though that it took Sandy $400 to move to Bristol,
And then some.
and they didn't eat.
Not that it's my business, but did Sandy have a lot?
Oh, honey, go check her storage building. And I'm talking
Oh, okay.
about, she had one house, but it was rooms, you would think 2 houses. So, yes, she
Sorry,
had a lot.
sorry,
I read her
Sandy.
comment.
Well, I mean,
All about
do you think she will accept it for $500?
You can say,
Well, $500. Let's see if she bites on it.
All right, 500.
She's gonna like me better and she likes you all when she listens to this.
All right. So
Was that it?
that's it for that.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, I do have a question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We're offering what, 72,800?
The
72.
amount that the board agreed upon was seven.
Okay, plus benefits, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
and the benefit
if
package is
you
now about
add
20,000.
those benefits in there, I mean, it would be a cute little penny, don't it? If you
Yes.
add in,
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
I mean, 72,800
Plus benefits?
free.
And we have discussed going up to 75,000 in 6 months.
So
With
that's actually a good
with
segue into our
review.
next discussion.
Okay.
Everyone has a sheet of paper in front of them that says Bluff City budget for the year ending
Are we
June.
going to vote on that?
Do we need to vote on the changes to the contract, or can they just be? Oh, okay, okay. We are going to vote on the changes to the contract.
I make a motion that we make the changes and present it to the contract to Krista.
All right, a motion to approve the changes to the contract that we made this evening, and submit that. I will submit that to Mr. Pete Auger and allow him to move forward with that. Motion by Alderwoman Payne.
But I think we probably need to put in there that subject to that, so she knows we're willing to negotiation. So, what do you think, Paul?
No, I think that'd be, no.
Okay, then let's not put that in there.
We
Then.
could be doing this all
Thank
year.
you.
I think that'd be a given.
Open door we don't want to do. Gotcha.
Well, no, I think that would be a given.
Okay.
Okay.
So motion to approve by Alderwoman Payne the changes that were made this evening to the current contract.
And who has this contract?
Who has this?
Who prepared it?
Oh, Mr. Pete Auger in MTAS.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was 100% prepared by Mr. Auger. So I have a motion to approve.
I made a motion to approve. Somebody want a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Alderman Johnson. We're going to go ahead and take a vote. Alderwoman Payne.
Yes.
Alderman Malone.
Yeah.
Alderwoman Keith.
Yes.
And Alderman Johnson.
Yes.
All right, changes to the contract for the city manager have been approved.
Oh, I just have one question on this. When it comes time for review, can we rely on Mr. Auger to provide us with forms similar like he did when we did the interview session, questions that we can come up with a rating score that would be fair?
I'll discuss. I'll give
Yeah.
you a call.
I believe we reached out to,
He told me
Yeah.
that he
back
would
on the
help.
earlier.
But I kind of wanted to see how you all felt about it because we're going to be new at this.
He said that he had the forms to do the evaluation that whenever the period came up, it was done.
Great. All righty.
All right. You have a document in front of you that says Bluff City budget for the year ending June 30th, 2026. Now,
That was vague, by the way.
well, it was vague because it hurt me to write anything else until I got the full information and the rundown of the numbers, which was today, having spoken to the comptroller. The proposed fiscal year 2025-2026 budget did not make it. Our water and sewer expenses, revenue and expenses, are in the negative $58,082.
How did we make that mistake?
How did we make that mistake? So I'm going to go over what was the information that I have, and that's pulling from the ordinance, which was approved. Our current operating revenue is $1,085,000. Other fees, $45,000, which makes $1,130,000. We cannot add grant money to that, so the expenses would be the $820,200 for the grant, which is for the water, or the grant fund, and then we have depreciation in the amount of $290,000.
We have to take that out?
We do indeed.
Both of them?
Yes. So operating, operating expenses and depreciation total to $1,110,200, leaving operating income, as you will see, at $19,800. The non-operating expenses are the information from, if you recall, the last page 11, the debt service fund that we have, and it has the amounts that we owe for our debt. That totals $77,882. When you take our non-operating expenses of $77,882 and subtract that from the operating income, that leaves you with negative $58,082. That is alarming to the comptroller, and we have been given several options. Option number one is to fix the budget, amend the budget, find more revenue or less expenses, or both. Hopefully both.
Let's just take it from our reserve.
We can't. This is water sewer. It's its own.
I thought we had money in reserve in water and sewer.
Water and sewer is not considered asset. That's not capital asset. It's not tangible. Not tangible. I'm sorry. It's not a capital asset in the sense that it's an asset to the town that holds value.
It's got to stand on its own.
It has to. It's its own beast.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, the citizens, we're in an awful position here. We have free water from the spring up there. We don't pay a penny for that water. We have how many people on water How many water people do we have in the town?
Oh, it's down 700.
Yeah,
And
7.
Those are about 1,500.
737.
So, but together, inside, outside, about 1,700. I don't think we got that much. I think it might be around 1,100. And we got less even in sewer.
So I didn't bring the document, and I'm embarrassed to say I didn't bring it. Alderman Johnson, my apologies. Alderman Johnson put together a great document that shows the cost of things now. It's alarming. It's, everything that's used in water and sewer. But the other thing is we also at one point discussed water tap fees. We're currently charging $900 for water taps, about $2,500 for sewer taps. The $900 is pretty low, but even if we raised that to a more competitive number, it's not going to get us $58,000.
Well, no, it's not, because we don't have that many people that come in here that even want to need a water and sewer tap.
If I may say something, this is so sad. I have sat here for years and heard the same story. I don't know what the problem is. I've said this for the last 10 years. We've got to come up with something. The people cannot afford these high water bills. I have been fighting it for years. And we had gotten to the point when Mayor Wells was here that we didn't even have to do increases. I am out of town a lot sometimes. I just paid my water bill yesterday, $120. Now, this getting to the point where I'm wondering, do I need to have them to turn my water off while I'm out of town to make sure that I'm not going to get a high water bill?
I would.
I'm really seriously wondering about that. We've got to come up with a plan. People cannot afford it. Who's going to want to move here?
Well, if
Who's going to want to move here?
When's the last time we adjusted new water
last year,
taps?
water taps. Oh, years.
This is the problem from kicking the can down the road.
Yes.
From this board kicking the can down the road for years and years and years.
It was never even brought up.
And why would it be? If everything's smoothed over, then why worry about, how much loss we have?
Because
we're paying
Why worry about, half the meters not working?
Because
not getting the money from.
Well, that's
every
because
citizen
that's
out here.
what our city.
Why would we worry about raising our water tap fees?
That's what city manager. That's what a city manager.
That's not a solution to this. That's not a solution.
No.
But that's the problem.
The people have to have water. They have to have water. You either pay it or you get turned on. We got to do better. We've got to come up with some solutions.
Let me tell you, we're getting water for free, and we sell this water. Why can we not make a profit off of it?
Well, it costs a lot of money to sell that water, to be in compliance to sell that water.
Regulations. Now, there was a bit of information that I was given by the comptroller. Since we do not, at the present time or at the time of this budget, we have included 35% for a city manager. We can, even though we're going to hire someone, we can take that out of the budget. We can just take it out of the budget.
And put it all in general funds?
No, and we can still hire one, but it can be taken out of this proposed 2025, 2026 budget.
And put into general funds?
It was recommended that we just take out the salary entirely.
But it's got to come from somewhere, though.
Well, it will.
From general fund.
It will come from 65% from the general fund and 35% from water and sewer. But since we don't have somebody currently, it can be removed from the budget. That's still only $26,000. Yeah. So $26,000. So we can. That doesn't mean we're not hiring someone. Please let me be clear. That means that we're not adding the salary in the budget. So
let's take out the power washer. Let's take out the new trucks.
That's not the same. We have to look at water and sewer. So water and sewer, the revenue is sale of equipment, return check charge, water sales, installation charges, water tap fees, reconnect fees, sewer service charges, forfeited discounts, penalties, sewer tap fees, and the grant. Can't count the grant because that's going to be spent. So water treatment plant, you've got salaries, call-out pay, overtime, Christmas bonus. We have the health insurance. We took out the retirement. Yes, and that
I
moves.
think that's scary, the chemicals.
So if you remember, the chemicals were estimated to be $24,000 last year. Given the amount that we actually spent for chemicals, which is mandatory, it brought our budget from $24,000 in 2025 to $40,000. The water.
Actually, the price on the chemicals was $30,000.
I meant,
Unless
all
you
right.
had bills that I didn't
Can-
see.
can
No,
we
it was estimated at 24,000, but because it was 30,000,
Yeah.
we changed it to 40,000, knowing that it would keep increasing.
How many people,
So it went up $6,000, $7,000.
I mean, that's
So-
that.
So we went to 40 to kind of protect that, but there's $10,000 there.
Okay, and we do have the ability to do an amended budget, so we can correct this. It will be kicking the can down the road again, but we can correct it, and whether or not
I know.
we got to figure something out though. But we got to
We
put our
buy
minds
too much
together.
water.
Yes.
we do, and
That
we are
buying
doing-
that water, that's why it's so critical that we do
And
the
that's
water
another thing,
plant.
we've got the estimate in there for buying water for 4 weeks when the water treatment.
Yeah, when it goes down.
Well, I mean, to do the upgrades to the water treatment plant, what if something comes up and we have to buy it for 6 weeks?
Oh, I said that at a meeting. We could almost guarantee it might even go up as high as 8 weeks on that.
Well, it's clear that when this project begins, it's going to have eyes on it nonstop.
Well, we haven't had eyes on anything else we've done down here.
Well, that's what a city manager will do.
And staying on our engineering. Letting
Our engineering firm they've got to step up.
That, we care and we watch.
They have got to step up.
You know, a lot of people say we can't afford a city manager. I don't know if we can't afford not to have one.
I agree with you. We need one. But they've got to lead us forward. I can't understand why our water cannot make money.
All right, so if we nip chemicals out and remove the salary just in number, that gets us to 36,000.
Well, we estimated $90,000 for the water that was buying.
We have
That's what
110.
we used, and we put 110. That's $20,000 there. I'm just showing what it was. And then, like I say, on the chemicals.
But then we bump that up knowing that
We did, and I have,
knowing that it was going to be down at least 4 weeks.
Can we trim anything off the treatment plant?
no, I had a meeting with Mattern and Craig and Alan, and there are things that can be trimmed from the water treatment plant. They wouldn't even, well, I'll be honest with you, the water treatment plant bid is $1.3 million. And in order to get it to where it needs to be, we could maybe shave off $150,000. That's not going to do it. We're going to have to look at additional funding sources. I do know that the water treatment plant is a capital asset, so that's where the reserve could come in. But
once it's done, though, right?
when the water treatment plant is done, we won't have downtime. We won't have
Right.
There won't be the need.
And that's
to
when we
purchase
can
what-
do it as an asset. Am I understanding you right there?
The facility itself and the work that's done to that is considered, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Fry, that is capital asset.
Okay.
Because that is what the city owns, and kind of like the trucks, we use it to do the business.
So that
material.
will help us,
Yes, yes.
but we have to get it done first.
We have to find money to get it.
We
done.
have to find the
Okay,
money to
did
get it done.
anybody go
And
back?
we've been purchasing water for years on
Yeah.
top of years on top of years.
Yeah, well, we got to find out where we're losing water leaks down here, people.
They work on, they fix water leaks routinely. we have a very antiquated infrastructure, and those guys fix leaks. They fixed at least 2 this last week. So once they
Is there
identify
another
them,
way to find out where streets that have a water leak problems with them? Like if you're looking at water bills and you've got like 5 houses on this side of the road, 5 houses on this side of the road, and you know that these 10 houses every month, man, they're paying a lot of money for water and sewer. To me, that might say leak.
It goes through the meter.
Well, I'm thinking about how much we lost up on Carter Street before we ever found and fixed the leak up there.
Lori, on just on the budget, on the sewer treatment plant, she's gone down to other expenses $15,000. Did she say what the other expenses? I mean, I'm just wondering if it's something
No.
mandatory or it's just
I'm going through this trying to get that number. So
999, I guess.
So the water that was budgeted, the 90,000, we actually used 102. So in the hopes that we don't have to keep purchasing water, I can knock that down to 90. But let me see what the other expenses are for.
When they did some repairs out there at the treatment, our sewer treatment, and you said that we got a whopping bill, was that ever revised?
I am in the middle of trying to figure that one out. I have contacted the city of Bristol, and I was working with Blake McCracken. He came out and cleaned the metering pit, but previously our Public Works Department was told that they were not to clean the metering pit. The city of Bristol would take care of that. According to Alan, it had not been done in some time. We had a massive grease backup in the metering pit, and I contacted, this has been since July 14th that I've been going back and forth with the city of Bristol. They cleaned the metering pit. I was told we were going to have an adjustment. I had not heard anything. I had weekly emails that were going to the city of Bristol. Finally had a return call from someone who said, no, they're not going to reimburse us. Today I sent a compilation of all of the emails that have gone back and forth between me, Blake McCracken, and the city of Bristol, saying this is unacceptable. So what happens is when it's not cleaned, and if we're not allowed to clean it, and they don't clean it routinely, not only silt builds up, but anything else builds up. Right now it's grease, and we've got to look into that. But that puts the level higher, so we're paying for a higher level than what it actually is.
So we're overpaying. And they should be cleaning it more often.
I have requested that. I don't know where the disconnect is, but apparently Mr. McCracken told the city of Bristol that they told us we need to monitor the metering pit and the grease. I spoke to Alan about that, and he said, absolutely, we would do that 100%, but we've been told not to.
We need to get it right.
Okay, so I know this is not going to fix the problem. We can't show a percentage of loss in our water district. We can't show how much water is treated and pumped compared to how much water is metered. You would think that we could do that, but we can't do that. And why can't we do that? Because the water that comes out of that plant travels across multiple properties that get free water. That was their deal. We can't do anything about it.
I know.
We will never get that money off of them, and we might not ever make a good profit because of that. What we can do is we could meter those, put a meter on the water that they use, so we have a better understanding of how much water we are losing here in town.
And that's actually
Okay.
a very big issue that Alan
Okay.
is very much
If
in
we did
favor
that,
of.
we'd also know how much water they are using.
Which it will help us narrow down how much water we're actually losing.
To them.
Well, there are
we're
times,
we're never going to get that from them. we're never going to get it.
unless we reroute.
No, that won't work.
Actually, they're just supposed to have so many, we'll call them spigots per people. Now, what they've done, they build houses and they've gone off other people. We tried to do that when I was on the board up there, to have someone go out there and check, if you remember, Mr. Fry, and they said it was illegal, we couldn't go on their property with a lady to go check the water, see if they're feeding their cattle treated water from our water plant.
But we can put a meter on it to see exactly how much they're using.
They're using.
There are meters.
There are meters on all those.
There's meters on the free ones, yeah.
They're
I'd
all,
like to see those numbers.
yeah.
You get it,
I would love to see
all
that.
of them have meters, and the bill says free on them, sorry.
And
That's
But,
free
but,
on
but,
it.
but,
we'll never change that.
Yeah, it's free.
I don't know, the lawyer, as a lawyer down in Nashville said he could, told Bill King he could. We talked about that up there. I know you disagree, but that's what he said.
Well, all the free ones have meters.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And we need to see what that is compared to,
There's like.
so we can start getting a percentage of loss. Like I said,
And
it's
they're
not going
supposed
to
to let
fix
us
this
know when
problem in front of us.
they're supposed to let us know when there are leaks and things like that, but I'll discover sometimes the troughs are just running over.
He's got people all over.
And I don't see much
It was
we can do about
supposed to
that.
be for him.
where can we find any other money to dwindle here?
All right, so right
Well,
now.
we got it there, so go ahead and summarize it up, Mary.
So, right now, if I take water and move it from 110 to 90, that gives us 20.
When does this have to be turned back in?
As soon as possible.
They're holding for me. They know we have a meeting this evening that we're going to talk about. And if we don't deal with this ourselves, we will then be under a consent order, and there will be a rate study done. And say we're $58,000, that would be a, what is it, Jerry, 6% increase on water and sewer. If what will happen is they'll say, well, 6% increase would make you even, but you need to be safe, so we'll make it 10%.
And is that state mandated?
Yes.
will be.
So yes, it's state mandated, but it's also state mandated that we.
Isn't it,
balance
wouldn't
it.
that be a suggestion instead of
that's
state
exactly.
mandated?
No, it's mandated.
No, if we don't,
Mandate.
Well, you
we don't
can-
come
you
up
can-
with the 58,000,
you can come-
they're gonna do it themselves.
We can
Like the mayor
show
said, they
them.
won't come in and say,
We
"Oh,
can show them that we have gone up every year except for 1 year, 2 years, since they laid those big ones on us, those mandated.
Hopefully we can come up with something, because the water loss, it's not the citizens' fault.
No.
It's not their fault. But then they're going to end up paying for it.
Yes.
That's not right.
That's why I asked
That is
about
not
the
right.
reserve.
Well, it's very difficult when you have to buy water,
Yeah.
and you
Okay,
realize
well,
it's.
Can we afford it? This is a town. Can we afford it? Because people are going to end up moving out, or who will want to move in. I don't even bring my grandchildren here, because I have 5 grandchildren. By the time I get 5 baths every day, wash clothes, I'd rather take them on a little trip and enjoy than pay the high water bill that I'm paying now. And I'm speaking for Carol. I mean, that's real.
Well, we know. We just got to get the.
I don't see around not raising it.
And I'll take it a step further. Whenever I go to town, I'm going to check and see if there's any way I can have my water turned off, so I know that I'm not going to be charged. Because with 2 people, there's no way my.
Well, you
should
can
be
do that
charged.
until the winter time, and I
You
wouldn't
can let
suggest
things
it in the
simple.
winter time.
Put your thing on it, cut it off.
You can?
Yeah, they just have to show you where it's at.
Cut your meter off. And,
I didn't know that.
They frown on that.
well, I know it's dirty, that didn't turn your water
But you
meter.
can put a work
Can
order
you do
in
that,
and have
Jen?
that done, can't you?
You can't do that. But you can turn your water off in your house, though.
But you can put a work order in, though, and have that done.
But there's a reconnect fee.
Do they charge to come and turn it back?
Yeah, is there a reconnect fee?
Either way. Ooh-wee.
So that is actually viable. Do you want to look at talking about water tap fees? We're behind on that. Reconnect fees. I'd like to establish a policy where when somebody damages their meter, they don't just get a free one. That's expensive. It's $400.
I agree.
Raise the reconnect fee, then make people pay their bills.
Say
Well,
what?
and I don't want to. We had a huge
I
reconnect
think we
fee
need
at
to look
one
at it all the way
time,
across the board.
and the lower rate was
And we need to stay on it.
held
Once
so,
again,
so much
it
better.
doesn't fix our problem right now.
it will fix our problem right now, but it is another can-kicking event. But I don't think anyone has, I don't think,
Could you find the 15,000?
I know that I don't want the state to step in.
No, I don't either.
so I have 25,480. That would be the salary. I have the $20,000
Who are we getting rid of on salary?
we're just taking it out of the budget, not getting rid of anyone.
For temporary, and the next one, put it back in.
Chemicals, we have 40,000, knocked it down to 30, that's 10,000. So right now, we're looking at 55,480. We can have funny fudge. I'm not saying fudge. We can,
Can we say we're going to have 10 new water taps at $3,000, $2,500 each? Well, add those three suckers in there then.
approximately how many water taps do we do annually?
Less than 10.
Two?
2 or 3.
$5,000 isn't going to go anywhere.
2 or 3.
And the reconnect fee is $25 currently.
Yes, and we're not changing it.
Reconnect
I mean,
fee.
if you change it, will make people pay the bills. We have a slew of people on the cutoff list every month in this country.
There's, when Eric's
And
took
they always reconnect their determination.
Eric was putting that thing on the water together, Johnson City and Bristol is within $100 of what we charge.
We're real close on them.
Yeah, and if you go outside of the area and stuff, it's about like Kingsport, 2,500 and stuff, but we're like $900 out of the city, and they're like $950 or something. Or whatever. It's
Well,
on-
what would be a
But you jump
reasonable?
over into Virginia,
Yeah.
Along with the
they get you.
reconnect fee, we ought to have a fee for people who go in and reconnect their own water back.
Would a connect fee of water at $2,000 help
Oh,
us?
gosh.
A reconnect fee of
No,
$2,000?
no. A connect fee for water. A new customer.
Oh, okay, so it's currently $900.
Yeah, and then let's say 2,000. Because that's really not that high if you're building a house.
A water tap?
Water tap.
Washington County Service Authority's 3,200.
Yeah, water tap.
That's high. Yeah, we're cheap.
We're cheap, so I mean, if we even made it 2,000, that's still so much lower than some around us.
And this would be an ordinance that would have to be drafted, but we can,
Yeah, but just correct.
Nobody's
That's an ordinance.
And two, you want people to hook on because then they're a lifetime customer
Yep.
of buying water.
Well, hey,
So they're, even though you give away a couple $100 here or there,
let's put it this way.
I wasn't saying we're going to make all of our revenue up off of water taps. I was saying
No.
we haven't looked at it in several years.
Yes, and it does
We're
need to
below
be
that area.
increased, but, and people who build a house, well, the one thing they must have is water.
Lori, on benefits, you could probably maybe put $5,000 or $6,000. $5 would be safe, 6 on the,
which benefits?
for water and sewer, or town manager. Or we had 24,000. There's about 6,000, between 5,000 to 6,000 in benefits.
It's divided that way.
And we have that under, which line was did we put the,
I think we just added it on top, is what it looks like here, because we had $31,000, and 35% is of the total salary and benefit is about $31,000 roughly. So you said 24, but there's probably $6,000
it's
there.
it's split up though, like the water treatment plant that has a salary and an insurance. The sewer treatment plant has a salary and an insurance. So it's one person for water treatment plant, one person for sewer treatment plant, the water, sewer, the distribution.
Section.
There is no health insurance there.
There's 3,
We have an employee who doesn't take health
We're
insurance.
only paying 3 people from water and sewer.
So you're talking about it would be 35%.
But it would be four. It would be four if we do her 35%.
Right. So 13,
Plus insurance, dental.
that's just moving out, that's just taking out like $4,500. That's just $4,800. $4,800.
Close to 5.
Close.
Are we there yet?
So you make it 30, 40, 50. We should be there. I found that 15 down there. You ever find it yet? Rather than
Oh,
50,
no, I didn't find the 15.
It's on 52,200 and it's under 999.
They're certainly going to question us if we're right at 58. So we need to go a
That's
little
okay.
bit.
They're working with us. They're helping us.
But I can't believe we sent it in and we were in the red. That makes us look real good. Makes us look like we really know
Well-
what we're doing.
It's not their responsibility to do the budget.
Those who wrote it.
I don't mean us. I'm talking about the people that did the budget.
Well, I question that $800,000 they
Yeah.
We voted on the budget. Not everything in that budget was agreed upon.
When you vote, that's basically it.
I mean, we didn't vote. It was a round table discussion on it.
Jerry, I'm not finding the 15.
It's under, well, what she's got is 5,200.
Other expenses under 52,200, yeah.
Yeah, the 999 down the bottom there. 15,000, so I don't know what she had planned for that. I mean, he was just trying to leave
Who
the
had
buffer.
planned for it?
Sharon. So, I mean, you put it in, it's just extra stuff in case you need some. It's not in the budget.
Just in case we need some.
We could cut all this stuff down to the bare bones.
So
Just make it
glad
not-
that
We bare boned it.
It's not any closer.
Okay.
If we didn't pay money for machinery and equipment on the water treatment, which normally get.
we have got to get the burden of buying water from Bristol
Well,
off our
I
back.
guess it depends on, we think Bristol's gonna give us,
I don't know, Jerry.
we had 100,
That's
Find it
52,200.
there, Jerry.
Are you good at this?
well, and what we estimated we was gonna pay Bristol for the last 2 years, we paid them $120,000, $121,000. We estimated we were gonna pay them $135,000, so there's $15,000 there.
Well, I never saw a printout like that when we were doing the budget.
This is what she prints off. And do daily,
Well-
is it what?
Yeah, I mean, we went to 135 for a reason, 120 to
Maybe,
135.
What? Water purchasing?
Sewer treatment for Bristol. It was 121,000 in 2024, 120,000 in 2025. We upped it to 135.
But I thought you said at a meeting they were very kind to us and did not increase our rate this year.
For the sewer treatment?
Yeah.
I don't recall that.
don't
I think we just plugged in a number to cover the amount that was actually spent in 2025. That's how we
Well,
determined
maybe
that.
I'm remembering something that wasn't said. But I thought they were going to increase on us this year.
I don't know unless you scared it off that other one. It didn't really. Just
Yeah,
don't
I
work.
just don't see it. All right, so
Now, they know that we've got $800,000 for the water plant, but they're not going to acknowledge it at all.
Well, we got it, but we don't got it. It's been approved, but you get it, you know what I mean? And then what you do, you gotta spend your money, and then they'll give you your money back.
Did-
And they take 13% out, or 20%, whatever it was.
Now, when you say they, Mather and Craig,
Well, whoever, yeah.
they Mather and Craig. And
I'm glad you came.
Well, we've clawed back $70,280. I'm looking at 70,280. So we're going to have to do an amendment to the budget. So the numbers are going to have to be worked up, and then
Oh, that's going to take 10 days at least.
but if we can show that we can do it,
Yeah.
the comptroller in good faith will not
Yeah,
put
because we got
consent
to
order on us.
We got to do a first and second reading on it. So
Yeah, I mean, I can get closer to the 58, put a little bit back in, but yeah.
I mean, I hate to rush it, but does anybody have anything on their agenda for Friday? This Friday night?
Sharon needs to come back in town.
Oh, when's Sharon coming back?
That isn't enough notice
I
anyway.
believe Monday.
Huh? When does Sharon come back? Lori, when does Sharon come back?
I think Monday.
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 Okay.
If she sees this meeting and still wants to come back.
She may stay.
I'm glad you read copies numbers. I'm glad you caught those numbers.
I've lived with them for 6 months.
This is why even next year we are still going to go line by line by line item until we all know about this budget.
No
Yeah.
distribution. So we have that, all right.
Kind of a motion or anything.
Mr. Fry, what would the best course of action be? A motion to move forward with the adjustments for the budget.
To present an amended budget.
Amended budget.
All right.
And before you do that, Mayor, if I may say something, I would like to thank you for working diligently trying to get this done. And Jerry, I want to say thank you, and I want to thank the board, because this is what teamwork do. We work together and try to make things easier for the people. So I just want to say, board, thank you. And Mayor, thank you, because I know you work hard.
Thank you. Thank you. You saw the mess today.
I've seen it today.
Today was a mess. All right. So, is there a motion to approve amending the 2025-2026 budget?
I'll make a motion to amend the budget.
Motion to amend the budget by Alderman Johnson.
I'll second it.
Second by Alderwoman Keith. I will go ahead and take a vote. Alderwoman Payne.
Yes.
Alderman Malone.
Yes.
Alderwoman Keith.
Yes.
Alderman Johnson.
Yes.
All right, we'll move forward. Motion approved. Moving forward to amend the 2025-2026 budget. I will go ahead and put those numbers together and send them to you for.
Well, you and Sharon will have to work on that because I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yes. So I can just, yeah, okay. So I'll send them to you just for posterity. You can have them and paper your walls. In the meantime, is there any other discussion on the budget? Thank you. All right. Moving forward, we're going to have our second set of public comments.
I've got
Oh,
I know we're supposed to do stuff, I mean, let's bring it up or not bring it up.
Yeah, I've got something I'd like to bring up. But
Wait a minute, my turn. Is that we need to have somebody on, to be able to sign checks, because
Yeah, that,
it's kind of an emergency, I mean, get out of an emergency situation. And it needs to be in the minutes before the bank, we can go ahead and issue a card. Somebody.
Well, could we do it tonight and then get these minutes prepared and then so if it
You can't legally do it tonight because it was not on the call for the
Yeah.
meeting.
I thought Lori said as long as we
On a regular meeting.
this is a special call meeting, and the only topics that can be voted on are the topics that are in the agenda.
Okay, I thought at one time you said even special call meetings we could do it.
Make sure you get everything labeled that they have to be authorized to do it.
The bank comes in and they do that. Yeah.
I know, thank you.
No, but I mean,
Thank you.
they're responsible.
It needs to be somebody that is here
Well, you just have to be authorized to do it.
and
You
doesn't
can't add
work
that to the next special call.
Exactly.
and doesn't work.
So we will need to schedule another special call meeting to do the amendment, and then I don't know if the amendment requires 10 days as well, does it?
Well, you will need to check with the comptroller
Okay.
on all this, so we've got our times right before scheduling these meetings.
I will do that
We
first thing in
might
the
be
morning.
able to do. We might be able to do this, Lori, where we can do a special call and have the first reading, and then have 10 days later have our regular meeting, which would be 10 days later, and have our second reading.
That's my hope.
That would be great. And then we could do the signatory thing on the regular meeting there as well,
Yes.
and kind of start knocking a lot of good things off. And I guess we're going to have to put on that regular meeting some of the updates that you provided us with for discussion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So no other business. Let's go ahead and move on to the second set of public comments. Would anyone care to speak?
Heather Schaefer, here's my address. I'm not doxing myself on YouTube.
Thank you.
I came here to speak about something else, but I find it interesting that we're throwing money at a new town manager for moving expenses when we're $58,000 in the hole on the budget. I will say I hope that you include a stipulation in the contract that says that if she leaves before a certain period of time, that she has to reimburse that money. Because, not saying she's going to do this, but theoretically, she could leave in 3 months and you're out that money. And I know that what you talked about tonight was not necessarily all that much, but it's definitely a good idea to have a stipulation in the contract so that she, or the person, the candidate, would reimburse you if they leave within a certain period of time, like a year or so. What I came here to speak about tonight is I'm curious as to where our vice mayor has been. We have not seen him at a meeting since June. He hasn't attended any budget meetings for the current fiscal year. So he hasn't been part of any of this discussion, as far as I'm aware, or any votes. It's now September. How long will the board allow one of its members to neglect their duties to the town and its residents while still receiving consideration from the taxpayers? What would happen in the event that the mayor cannot fulfill her duties due to an emergency, illness, or a vacation? According to the town charter, the vice mayor would assume her duties. In the absence of a vice mayor, though, what's your contingency plan? So I've gone ahead, I've compiled a list, as I love to do.
Thank you.
Give everybody a copy. I've compiled a list of the vice mayor's attendance for this year. And as you can see, not only has he missed 83% of regularly scheduled BMA meetings in the past 6 months, but he has also missed 70% of special called meetings and 100% of the workshops during the same time period. At those rates, I can't fathom how they could be legitimately excused absences. It surely appears that the vice mayor has abandoned his position, which effectively has left the board with only 4 of the 5 charter-prescribed voting members participating in the decision-making process. The town charter states that an alderman may be removed from the office by the board for unexplained absence from at least 50% of the regularly scheduled board meetings in a 6-month period, upon the unanimous vote of all the other members of the board. As of today, I have not seen nor heard any evidence that the board has received a resignation letter from the vice mayor, which leaves you, board, with the responsibility to take action. I know that tonight's meeting is a special called meeting during which you are only able to conduct the business specified on the agenda as it was or should have been adopted by a majority vote at the beginning of the meeting according to Robert's rules. But that's a different topic for a different day. However, I wanted to bring this issue to your attention tonight and ask you to exercise your powers as outlined in Article 3, Sections 10, 6, and 7 of the town charter to remove the derelict alderman, appoint a replacement, and select a new vice mayor, the public welfare requiring it. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else care to speak? All right. Seeing that there isn't anyone, this meeting is adjourned at 7:34.